It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 22nd of August. I'm Michael Graff. Monsoon activity on the decrease over the next several days as drier air will begin to filter into the southwest. And we have to start to wonder, are we seeing the winding down of our 2018 summer monsoon season? Well, let's talk about it. First, we'll look at the almanac from yesterday. 104 the high, 83 the low. That's almost exactly where we should be for this time of year. No rain officially in the bucket at Sky Harbor yesterday. I had about 1/10 of an inch here at my house. And this morning, Sky Harbor did pick up 200ths of an inch, as some of you saw some very light showers and rumbles of thunder. Outside right now, here at 5:45 a.m., we've got partly cloudy skies in the valley. We begin this day at 84 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 66, humidity 55%, the wind from the east at 15 miles per hour, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures across south central Arizona this morning, a few mid-70s on the board, especially where you saw some heavier rain showers this morning, but most of us are in the 80s. Radar this morning, well, most of the activity that affected us earlier is now again off to the north and east of us. So places like Payson, Show Low, Winslow, seeing some light to moderate showers. There's even a few heavier showers in there still at this hour. Water vapor satellite view, high pressure remains the dominant weather feature here across the southwest, but it is being suppressed off to the east and south, and that's going to turn our flow aloft out of the southwest and start to dry us out in coming days. The watch warning map, flash flood watches, a couple of flash flood warnings across northern Arizona, southern central Utah, and points on to the north from there. Severe weather outlook for today, a few marginal risks of severe storms across the country, including just north of Arizona. Here in our state, we're in the green, so scattered thunderstorms expected. No organized severe weather, but a few storms could get severe later this afternoon. And hey, the tropics, they've been quiet in the Atlantic, but in the Pacific, this is Hurricane Lane now taking aim on the Hawaiian Islands. How about this? A Category 5 hurricane now. Maximum sustained winds this morning, 160 miles per hour. It is expected to weaken. It's taking that turn toward the northwest. It will not, at least at this point, it does not look like it's going to make direct landfall with the islands, but it will skirt by, coming close enough to give some showers, thunderstorms, heavy rain, high tides, rip currents, some strong winds. So if you're planning a vacation to the Hawaiian Islands or if you're down there already, yeah, the weather's going to get pretty rough over the next 24 to 48 hours. Meanwhile, around here, rainfall for the next 7 days, around 1/10 of an inch maybe here in the valley if we're lucky. Some heavier totals across parts of the state. Of course, your amounts will vary. And speaking of the tropics, our weather could be affected by a couple of typhoons that are out in the West Pacific. And you might say, how could that happen? Well, let's get into the models and talk about it. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. This is the upper look at 18,000 feet. High pressure over the southern plain states, a southerly flow aloft today. And down at the surface, that means partly cloudy skies. We'll have a slight chance of seeing a few showers and thunderstorms around here this morning still. But for the most part, I think any chance of storms we get will be later this afternoon and tonight. We'll have to look for storms to develop over the open deserts to our south or maybe even southwest to get any storms in here. We're not going to get storms rolling off the mountains. So any storms that come in will, of course, be capable of producing some blowing dust, strong gusty winds, and locally heavy rain as winds aloft are fairly light, so the flash flood potential is certainly there. Here's the HRRR model. This is tonight at 8 o'clock, and it's got a few discrete cells, some showers and storms trying to get into the valley at that point. We'll say a 30% chance of rain for today, but keeping in mind that not everybody's going to get wet. And those of you that do, could see some locally heavy downpours. Highest today will be between about 101 and 104, and it will be muggy. Now tomorrow, we'll start to transition toward drier weather. A short wave entering the Dakotas will suppress our ridge over the southern plains further to the south. Flow aloft becomes more southwesterly, drier air coming in. Slight chance that we could see a shower or storm in the afternoon and evening hours here in the valley. Better chances over the higher terrain. Highs tomorrow, 102 to 105. Friday, we'll take the chance of storms out of the forecast entirely. Drier air, less humidity. Highs 103 to 106. Same thing on Saturday. Sunday, a short wave passing north of Arizona could steer the upper flow back toward the south and southeast and draw a little bit of low-level moisture in here for a slight chance of showers and storms. Models have hinted at this, but for now, I think the forecast is going to be dry for the entire weekend. But just keep that in mind for Sunday. Maybe we could see an isolated shower or storm, certainly over the higher terrain. And again, highs still between about 103 and 106. Monday, we'll continue to see the intrusion of drier air from the southwest as troughing continues off the west coast and high pressure is suppressed to the east and south. So chance of storms out of here. Humidity levels lower. Temperatures not too bad either, considering it's late August. Highs 102 to 105. Same thing on Tuesday. And really about the same thing as we go out to a week from today. This is Wednesday the 29th. Still have troughing along the west coast and a dry southwesterly flow in here. By Thursday of next week, remember those aforementioned typhoons over the West Pacific right now? They'll get caught up in the westerlies and add more energy into the upper level flow. And that could play some real havoc on the weather here across North America by the end of next week with a very high amplitude pattern setting up. A deepening trough, perhaps even a closed low, develops off the Pacific Northwest coast. And in response, a strong ridge sets up over the interior west. Our temperatures would be going up. Highs 106 to 109. We'd stay dry at least for a while. And then the end of the forecast period, Friday, the 31st of August, the last day of meteorological summer. And how about that? A 600 decameter ridge over Colorado. Wow. That would mean high temperatures 110 plus here across Arizona. And even if this solution is a little bit off, I still think temperatures are going to be above normal to close out the latter half of next week. Let's take a look at the temperatures through the period coming off of the GFS ensemble. Highs, above average by late next week. And monsoon moisture after today or tomorrow, pretty limited. And how long will that monsoon be out of here? Is that going to be it for the 2018 season? I don't think so. I think we're going to still have some. We'll get at least a gasp or two out of it as we go through the rest of August and into at least the first half of September. That's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Plus, of course, your comments, questions, suggestions, always encouraged as well. Be safe out there. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. It's the summer. It's Phoenix. Please be safe and have yourselves a great Wednesday.